Do you believe in God? The first time I got asked if I believe in God, my answer was, I don't know. I simply didn't understand the question. But my answer always irritated the people asking me. On one hand, it made sense to me that existence was the result of some kind of intelligent design and therefore a designer. On the other hand, it made sense that there was no overseer standing ready to punish me for not guessing right what he wanted me to do. Punishing someone for failing to guess what you expect them to do is something so irrational that it seemed to me could only be an imperfection of human beings. Something as powerful as God would certainly be beyond that. As I thought about God, I came to realize that the question is indeed not as simple as it disguises itself to be. It encompasses two of the most sublime aspects of the human condition, the aspects of belief and God. When you really think about it, what is belief? The most common answer I found is that belief is the act of classifying something as existent or non-existent. As to the most common answer I found to what God is the transcendental being that created the universe and oversees the world, to judge us after we die. My problem is that classifying something that by definition transcends perception as something that exists is impossible because our knowledge is limited to the extent that our perception accurately interprets sense data. That being said, through science we have been able to become aware of parts of existence that we can't directly perceive, so I thought that if there is a way to prove that God exists, it would be through science. So I began to try and understand how exactly it is that human beings can expand their access to existence beyond their direct perception using their minds. I found that it works something like a computer program. Every song, movie, or piece of media is present in a computer in two forms. There is the machine code form of the song, and there is the human audible or perceptible form. The machine code holds in one instance the totality of the song, so that when the code is read by a compiler, the compiler translates the code it reads into audible output. Cognition, thinking, and reasoning allow human beings to look at the machine code form of the song and find patterns that allow them to reverse engineer machine code. In this metaphor, the machine code is existence, the compiler is perception, and the audible output is reality. The analysis of the machine code, or in other words, of existence, has given us mental models of existence that allow us to interact in new ways with existence. Like the laws of physics, for example, have enabled us to create telecommunication technology by becoming aware of the existence of radio frequencies. Thus, the simple truth is that whether there is an omnipotent transcendental creator that is to judge us after we die is impossible to determine. By definition, it transcends our perception, and most likely our cognition as well. However, that is only one of the definitions of what God is that I have come across that so happens to be the most common. However, the most logical perspective of God is that God is existence itself, and that we are expanding our awareness into existence as we develop our perception and cognition. I believe that that is what it means to get closer to God. That is why I define God as the limit of human understanding, the infinite potential and the finite actuality of existence. So if you ask me if I believe in God, I ask you if you really want a presentation on my metaphysics.